Hello everybody, welcome to Dakman Productions and welcome to the Allentown Spring Thaw meet here in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Not too much has thawed, it looks like, judging by the snow pile right there, but we are still here. Looking forward to this train show today, and we'll see what we find today. So the early ticket 8 a.m. line starts to form at the train show and starts to form around the parking lot. So it's looking to be a pretty popular event at this point. But then suddenly the crowd really makes a long line, almost wrapping around the building into the parking lot. And again, this is the 8 a.m. early ticket line. And I found out there's actually two different times that you can get in this show. So that was the 8 o'clock or 8 a.m. lineup. I didn't realize there was two things going on. So one, you have to buy your 8 o'clock early admissions online. I sort of missed that. So that was the 8 o'clock or 8 a.m. line. So now a new 9 a.m. line is starting. So we're going to get into the 9 o'clock lineup and go from there. Well, it looks like the TCA is here at the show. So here I am ready to get into the train show at the Agriplex at the Allentown Fairgrounds. I'm ready to drop off some trains that I sold as well, which is one of the reasons why I actually attending the show, as well as meeting everybody who wanted me to be there. And then I take a look around, and the 9 a.m. line is starting to wrap around. So this is looking to be a very popular show compared to the Greenbergs that I've been to so far this year. And then we're in the show, we're looking around, and I'm just overwhelmed. So if you like O-Gauge, you better stick around with this video because you're going to see a lot of it in this video. Next, we have some trains for sale by someone of the name of Tyler Utt. He's part of the MTH Buy, Sell, Trade Facebook group. He does have a actual business on eBay under the name of MJU Trains. So you can check him out. And here we have some random stuff that I'm looking at. And I'm just overwhelmed at this point in time because so far this is the most O-Gauge that I've seen of any show that I've been to, any Greenberg show that I've been to. And here we have some HO trains for sale, and that's being sold by a vendor by the name of the Train Room. So we continue on our venture. I would love to have that Lionel train accessory sign for my basement. Looking at some other stuff that's for sale from other vendors. Here we have the Trainworks booth that sells Lionel train parts. And then next we have Just Trains of Delaware. And they sell a lot of MTH, and they are an MTH dealer. He buys and sells collections as well. So you never know what he has because he always brings those collections to the train shows. And he's has some unique stuff that I have bought off of him in the past. Stuff that was out of production. And we'll take a look around his booth here. And once again, Just Trains Delaware. It looks like he brought half the store with him. But we'll pan around and see all the different things that he has. He's got MTH Royal King, MTH Premier. You see there he's got some Lionel starter sets. There's the Atlas O from the collection that he buys I was telling you about. So he gets some cool stuff in. And Chris Schiavone of the MTH Buy Sell Trade Group bought quite a bit of Atlas O off of him as well. So Atlas O is a pretty good product. It's bar none the best detailed product out there as far as I'm concerned. And then we go to the Independent High Railers was at the show. Normally, we're used to seeing them running trains in my videos on their layout, but this time around, the members got together. They bought a whole bunch of tables, and they're selling trains together. So sometimes you want to buy something else or something newer, or you change venues. So it happens. You take your stuff and you put it up for sale so you can buy something different, because you can't ever have enough money to buy and hold on to everything that you want and it's been made. But also, if you see anything for sale, just send me a message and I'll get you in contact with the one member, so you can coordinate with him as to what you're interested in, and I can set that up for you. And they got some pretty unique stuff here that you don't normally see come up for sale that often, like the Ontario Northland. There's a Conrail locomotive back there. So they had a lot of neat stuff. They had power units, they had dummy units, they had locomotive shells. They had Atlaso rolling stock, Atlaso and MTH Lionel locomotives. They had just a mix of different things, a weaver, and as we pan around, you'll see all that. And everything here is, of course, used, but a lot of it looked like it was still in really good shape. So, as you can see, there's some weaver right there, and Berwick high cube car. And check out these Atlaso Railbox cancer cars. They're $30 each. I thought that was a great deal for those cars, because I believe they were originally like 55 or $60, so it's almost like half price. And then we go ahead and we move on to the Train Doctor's booth during the show, and here we are. All right, so we're here at the show in Allentown. We have Nix Crossing. You got EricTrainman. You got Sean's Train Depot, and we have Dagryffyn, correct?
Yeah,
Dave.
Oh, so thank you very much.
Congratulations.
There he is.
It's the Hall of Legends.
So here we have a group of YouTube people out here today having some fun. So then we move on to some odds and ends, stuff that I thought was unique enough to show people. I'm not familiar as to what this stuff is, but maybe the viewers do. But I just wanted to take a look at some stuff or trains that might interest other people as well. And here we have Menard's rolling stock and buildings being sold. Pretty much the same guy who goes to the train show in Edison and Oaks and those other shows. So he gets around. This guy really gets around. He brings the Menard stuff to these train shows and ends up selling them. And you can see the cool dollar store there and some other stuff, the Firehouse. And we're going to go ahead and pan around to the other side and look some more Menards buildings. You got Morton Salt back there. And then we have this dealership, this Ford dealership. I'm not a Ford fan, but the dealership itself is cool with the rotating vehicle on top. So if this was a Dodge dealer, I would definitely buy it. But it looks like you can change the name on it. So I'm assuming that the Ford Cars name might come off. You can put up whatever you want on there. I'll have to check that out later. And here we have some other HO for sale. Next, we move on to somebody who was selling reproduction Lionel banners. I thought these were pretty cool to probably hang up in your basement. And then my main reason for going to the train show, the Allentown train show, was to pick up some trains that I bought from somebody to meet them there. And so what did I buy? I don't know. You'll have to wait until the video next week to find out. A little teaser. And then we move on to the t-shirt section. And there's always usually t-shirts at these shows for sale, train-related t-shirts. And then here's some more, a little bit more HO. So this show is geared towards a lot of O gauge, but there is HO throughout. And here's a huge wall of O gauge. And when I say wall, I mean just a long wall. So this is a vendor by the name of Grabowski's. I think I'm saying that right. And there's the name right there. So yeah, I'm not usually good at names. And here's some more of the same vendor. I mean, he must have brought half the store with him too. Um, Lots of Lionel, lots of looks like K-line, some cool stuff. He has been known to get some warehouse deals and passes on to the consumer like us. And then we move on to some standard gauge here. And I'll leave it to you guys to figure out whether it's pre-war or post-war. I'm not sure. And then we look at a vendor here who's selling a little bit of everything. Selling trains, baseball caps, T-shirts. Then we meet up with Mecca, who I normally go to or have been going to a couple of their shows and doing videos for them. So I sort of like teamed up with Mecca to do their show in Rutherford, New Jersey. Video that and bring it to the viewers of Dakman Productions. And here, what's so different about Mecca is everything's a custom run. So these are custom run cars you cannot buy in a store, you cannot buy in a catalog. They are only available at Mecca, and they're in very limited numbers. So make sure you check out the Mecca store in the link below the description of this video to see all the unique custom runs that they have. And once again, some of these are very, very limited. And here's one of their new custom runs here. These ore cars, unfortunately, are not available on their website, only in person, purchase only. All right, so we're here at the Allentown show at the Mecca table, enjoying the show. And here's with Stewart Rankins. And people might recognize him from the past videos I've done of the Mecca train show. And see, you got a couple custom runs in there still.
Yeah, we do, Sean. Thanks for stopping by. It's always fun to talk to the viewers of Dakman Productions and Sean's followers on his channel. We have a bunch of new custom runs. Some of what you've seen, as Sean said, at his prior videos. Go back and look at his prior videos. Like them if you haven't given those the thumbs up. Today's video, it's right down below. Take a look. Hit that thumbs up button. It really helps out Sean and the whole followers of the channel. But let me just give you a quick shot of some of the new custom runs that we haven't previously shown on some of Sean's prior videos. Why don't we walk on over here a little bit, Sean? One of the first ones I want to talk about today is our MTH fish belly hoppers. We did these in a couple of different road names. This one here is Bethlehem Coke Works. It comes in 2 different road numbers. We also did Bethlehem Coal and Coke, which maybe I'll have Sean show an image of that one a little bit later in the video. Bethlehem Coal and Coke also comes in 2 different road numbers. We're doing a third one, Pocahontas Coal. It has a Norfolk and Western graphic on it. That one's not in yet. That one is a couple months away. But those just came in. Very limited production on those MTH fish belly hoppers. Only 64 pieces of each. Sean, another one that I don't think your viewers have seen before are our Lionel Legacy Electromotive or EMD demonstrator paint schemes. You have road number 105 in the black and white EMD scheme. You have road number 801 in the 2-tone red Electromotive scheme. These are full Legacy equipped Lionel locomotives. We only had Lionel make 28 pieces of each of them. We shipped out all the pre-orders. We're down to just the last handful that we have left. So feel free to go online to the website www.METCA, that's METCA.org, METCA.org. You can find the store where you can order any of our products online.
And I will put that link in the bottom of the description of the video.
Thank you very much, Sean. Everybody, Dakman Productions, hit like in the video, hit subscribe, and then hit the little bell next to that to get the notifications. Sean and Dakman Productions, thank you very much.
We'll catch you trackside.
Thank you.
So we continue the tour of the show, and here we have some older, unique stuff. I'm not too familiar with what this stuff is, so I'll let the viewers let me know what this is. And there's a website. But here we are at the National Toy Train Museum booth, also home of the TCA. They were selling some trains from the museum because, from my understanding, due to space limitations and the cost of storage. So they have some very unique things here for sale, and I was just blown away by these two layouts that they had, which we're going to see here in a moment, built by TW Trainworks. So you have two layouts here built by TW Trainworks. I think those prices are pretty reasonable for what they are. You couldn't build those layouts for that amount of money. So we got Pete Costas, some more O gauge. He's normally at the Greenberg show as well. And we continue on showing some more of the stuff from him for sale. And quite a bit of O gauge. Like I said, lots and lots of O gauge. I would say 80% of the trains at this show for sale was O gauge. Such a refreshing thing to see, actually. And it's not always about trains. Here's some materials for your scenery in case you're looking for something to complete scenery with. Now I run into some MTH tin plate. Would love to have that blue Comet set. Not sure. I'd probably rather have the original Lionel one, but if worst came to worst, I would take the MTH. And here we have Cabin Fever. They were there at the show giving out flyers. For those not familiar, Cabin Fever was the one who did the MTH auctions. And now we have Tony from Trains and Things, that's located in Ewing, New Jersey, and he's also part of the MTH group, the MTH Buy Sell Trade on Facebook. So check out Tony at Trains and Things in Ewing, New Jersey. We move on to some more odds and ends tables. Doing something a little bit different, trying to get some different things in here for other people's interests besides mine. And here we have some MPC era stuff mixed in here for those who like MPC. And then we also move on to some older stuff. Not sure if this is post or what, but I'm sure you guys can look and figure that out. Oh my, is that Walt, the Conrail hater from the Train Shop Weekly, playing with a Conrail locomotive? Sure looks like it to me. Walt likes Conrail after all, I believe. Next, we check out the North Penn O-Gaugers layout during the show. Here is a scene made by Robert Moyer, who recently passed away and is dedicated in his memory by the North Penn O-Gaugers.
It's adorable, isn't it?
This is what happens to Conrail. Eventually goes back to Reading on the Norfolk. Just remember that Conrail always goes black.
So we have Walt from Henning's Train Shop Weekly.
How you guys doing?
And it's good to see you out here at Allentown.
So what do you think, Sean, of your first time here?
I had no idea there was this much O-Gauge out here, actually. I got lost.
Oh. New Hope and Ivyland set?
But anyway, you guys sell that New Hope and Ivyland?
Yes, I don't think we have very many left.
Because I know you guys stopped.
We had, I think with the pre-orders and what they bought, where there was like 21 sets. I think we're down to maybe about 3.
Wow. So you almost sold all 21 sets? Wow. Well, just wanted to say you guys do a good job on that Train Shop Weekly. I enjoy it myself.
Good, good. Hey, we try, you know. We're just a bunch of train guys talking trains.
So I'll put a link to their YouTube channel in this video, so make sure you guys check them out. They do a nice job. And we'll catch you guys trackside.
Yes, we will. We might be a little bit. It might be a little break. Bill's going on a vacation with his girlfriend, so we're probably off this week. It's going to be an extra week probably before you see something.
All right, sounds good.
Wasn't me. Bill's gone. I don't go on vacations.
All right, we'll see you. Now we'll take a little video tour of the North Penn O-Gagers layout. It is a high rail layout using Atlas O-Gauge track. They like the Atlas O-Gauge because of the solid rail, but it is a cool layout. I really like this farm scene. It really looks good. They got the farm tractors, the animals. Next, we have a auto carrier truck hauling 3 brand new Corvettes to the dealership. The craftsmanship of this layout is really nice. Here we have a very nicely done gas station scene, complete with the car at the garage, cars getting gas, and then we had the little freight depot there. So there's some kind of like cool scenery that we're looking at, and here we have the Conrail Circus train going by. That's Woodland Scenics right there, I believe. We keep going down. Here we have the Public Works building. That's a nice piece. Really like that truck. Next up, we have a grain mill building, and then a Conrail train will pass with a circus train. So here we have another look at the grain elevator. I called it a grain mill, but it's actually a grain elevator. That's a cool piece. And then we have the Acme Manufacturing. Anybody remembers the cartoon, The Roadrunner? The Coyote was always buying stuff from the Acme company to catch a Roadrunner with. Here we have a Lionel Phantom train going by. A member was running it. A very unique, futuristic fantasy piece. Next, we'll look at the Henning's Train Store in miniature. The real building is located in Lansdale, Pennsylvania, but they did a really good job on this building. It looks just like Henning's Trains.
Dispatcher, air is made, brake test okay. Are we clear to pull? Over. We're waiting for a work extra to get in the clear. Hold for my signal. Out.
Oh yeah. So next up we have the Boy Scouts of America camp. And right across the way here is the actual Boy Scouts campground. I believe Bill Henning is a Boy Scout leader. Like a moth to a flame, I was attracted by the blue Conrail locomotives here. I like the EMD demonstrator as well. Another cool piece. There are several cool pieces here at this table. We have even more O-gauge and some O-gauge die cast to go with your O-gauge. And some more Conrail. I believe these are K-line pieces. I do recognize that one as being K-line. Next up, we have some MPC yellow boxes, which are special editions. Next up, we have the Allegheny Western line's HO module layout. We continue the tour of the Allegheny Western lines, and they have some really nice buildings. Pretty much look like they're prototypical, and it also looks like they're using actual photos to help them replicate certain buildings and scenery. I really like the LED lighting. At least it looks like LED lighting on the buildings. And here we have I forgot to catch the last time I shot this on location, but a UTLX building that was an ex-Pennsylvania Railroad car shop. So I found that to be interesting, and I wanted to put it in this video for everybody to see.
Your son is looking for you at the train races.
So continuing the tour, we have a BNSF there and a patched BNSF locomotive. I really like those Herzog hopper cars because you actually see them. There you got the Prime trailer, which you actually really see today. Moving along, you have the military tanks. Here you have an old faded out Santa Fe, so that's cool too. So continuing the tour of the HO modular layout, all these train cars you're seeing are real. The Winchester and Western actually runs in my town here in South Jersey. They also have another terminal over in Virginia. So yeah, the Winchester and Western is still alive and running as a short line. I think the scenery is very well done. A lot of people they buy these trucks for their layout, but they have no idea what kind of truck it is. So me being a truck guy, I mean that was a B model Mac. Here we have a Beacons Freightliner FLA cab over. So yeah, I know my trucks. So if you bought a truck and you don't know what it is or what kind it is, just send me a message. I'll help you out with it. But at any rate, yeah, because I'm a big truck guy. I just do model trains as a hobby. I gotta say, these structures are really nice, and this layout, as usual, is always well done. Here we have a Ford C800 hooked up to an Extra trailer. Extra is actually a leasing company, so they actually lease trailers. So there's some tidbit of truck information for you. So here we have the Strasburg Model Railroad. You guys probably seen a couple of my videos I did on them. But they have the exact replica of the Strasburg Railroad in HO, and it's so well done. It's something you gotta see in person. I mean, it looks just like it. They try to stick with Strasburg prototypical operations. Sometimes they'll do what if operations, but for the most part, whatever Strasburg does, they do. So let's bring in a steam locomotive. Continuing the tour of the Strasburg Model Railroad, you can see they've done a lot of the same things that Strasburg does. Strasburg has gotten into doing actual freight exchange for extra revenue, as well as the passenger excursion that they normally do. And here we have a couple of steam locomotives that are stationed at the locomotive shop. And some hopper cars in the back, some more modern stuff. So that's why you see a mix, because Strasburg is doing revenue freight exchange. And so keep panning through here. That backhoe actually loads up coal into the tenders. So we'll keep walking forward here. And here we have a member who's trying to do some switching, but things happen during a train show, and sometimes not everything goes perfect. And here we have a couple derailments, but that's all right. The craftsmanship on these scenes is really superb. It's really well done. I mean, it's like dead on to what you see. And here we have the Caboose Motel with all the cabooses in the back. And then I'm going to try and focus out or zoom out on my camera, because in the back of the hotel, the Caboose Hotel, that's the TCA museum I was mentioning earlier. So it's right behind the museum down the street, or the museum is right behind the hotel down the street. So it's really cool. So you need to check out that museum if you ever get out that way to Strasburg. You won't be sorry. There's lots to see there. So we'll continue our tour and just going down the line, looking at the different structures. There's also a core maze you could go into and pay to try and find your way out. So there was a lot of fun things to do in Lancaster besides Strasburg. The club is planning on a what if run, so they're going to take Reading T1 number 2102, and they're going to double head it with Nickel Plate Road, and they're going to do a what if Reading and Northern visits Strasburg Railroad. So let's take a look.
Is that tender drawbar click too high?
Yeah.
Like, the front tender wheels, are those even on? Yeah, they are.
It's got a better drawbar.
Yeah, I think it's nothing screwed.
That's far enough.
Did we hook it?
Yeah, there we go. Let me do this for me, guys. Roger or eyeball? We gotta fix that truck. Fix it all back. Yeah, it's switch it all back.
Oh my god. That thing can roll. That's like it's an old one, isn't it? Yeah, it's a Paragon 2. Let's try and maybe.
So now we're going to pan around at some more random O-gauge stuff here, just looking at different things. Hopefully, this is entertaining everybody or showing everybody what's at the train shows. Look at this massive thing. These are Buddy L trains. I'm a little familiar with those. So both pieces, the steam locomotive and that steam donkey, are both Buddy L. So now we're going to take a look at some HO scale trains. And boy, do I wish an O-gauge manufacturer would make those Automax cars in O-gauge. It would be so cool. I would buy them, that's for sure. Okay, I can't leave the steam guys out. So for the steam guys, here you go. There are some steam locomotives there to show. Alright, so we're here at the Allentown train meet. And we're at the Red Lion Train Depot booth here, and you can see all the cool decals that are being used, and this is actually what I used on my own layout, as you guys seen on Conahay Rail. These are the exact same decals that I used. So many people were asking asking about where did I get them, and so this is the guy that sells them. He's also on eBay, and here is Jerry from Red Lion. So what can you tell us a little bit about your product there, Jerry?
It's a really simple product. It's a peel and stick. Peel the back off, put it down, then there's a clear layer on top that you remove, and you end up with perfectly spaced lines, double yellow lines to maintain their space down through. So much easier than the old, putting paint tape down and trying to paint and bleed underneath. This will give you a nice crisp look every time you do it.
And I really enjoyed the product myself. I use it. It comes out perfect every time, as you mentioned. And this is like a high quality decal from what I see.
Yeah, so I have a sign company. That's how this got started. So the same thing that I letter trucks and vehicles and signs with is what I use here. So indoors it'll last for, I won't say forever, but pretty much forever.
And one quick question, do I noticed you have O and HO, and I'm sure the viewers are going to want me to ask, do you offer any other sizes besides those
No. Well, O and S I do use the same.
two? Right.
And then the HO. The N is just too tiny to cut out.
Okay.
I can't do it. Call me. Reach me at 717-246-2284. And I ship all over the country. Actually, all over the world.
Wow.
So give me a call and I can send you some.
That sounds great. Thank you very much. And you accept credit cards, right?
Yes,
okay.
absolutely.
And so great talking to you, Jerry, and we'll catch you trackside. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks.
So as you can see, I made a purchase before the train show. The reason for my train show visit was to pick up these MTH Premier items, which I will reveal later in another video as to what they are. So we had a good day here at the Allentown First Frost Meet. Met a lot of great people, and as you see in the video, and did buy a couple things. One thing I did buy at the show, I'll show you. So I ended up getting this MTH water tower because everybody said I needed it for my steam locomotive. And I can say one thing about this show is that there was a lot more O gauge here than there has been at any Greenberg show that I attended at. So anybody who's interested in O gauge, make sure you come out to this show. It's well worth it. I'll catch you guys trackside.